Hi, I'm in Darwin at the moment in quarantine, and I'm making this video for anybody else that comes to quarantine so they know what's going to happen, so they can get a preview of what happens when you come here. So in saying that, let's rewind to the start. Hi, how's it going? It's been a while since I've put anything on Facebook. Give you a quick update. I was stuck in Sri Lanka for 4 months during the COVID. 3 of those months it was dead on the street. You can imagine this road would normally be so busy it'd take you about an hour to drive 1 or 2k. No one was allowed on the street. If they were seen on the street, they got 2 weeks jail. Came to London, and I've been in London now for 3 months. I've been stuck here, haven't been able to get back home, no flights back to Melbourne. Seen on the news that there are 2 government flights that were organised from the UK to Melbourne, and that was on the 7th and the 11th. The 11th is tomorrow. So they just told me that I was eligible to get on that flight for tomorrow. So they've only given me 18 hours notice, and I've got to get a COVID test before I get on that flight. And that goes to Darwin. So fly from UK to Darwin, stay there for 2 weeks, got to pay $3,000. The flight is costing me $1,500, and the government pay for the rest of it. So the flight was $9,000. So I just paid $1.5 of it. So we're on the way to the airport. We're at Terminal 2.
To go, that's fine, thank you.
Okay, what's that?
Safe flight home. Just hygiene kit, sanitizer, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Hello, hygiene kit for you.
Thank you, sir. Straight across, turn to your left. You're seated in emergency exit or bulkhead seat. All baggage must be placed in the overhead lockers. Once the locker has been filled, please close the locker and wait your agents.
This is me, business class. Nice. Decided to go for a walk to see what else I could see. There's more business class. So we had much more business class than usual, and then premium economy, and then economy. So it was all just economy from there on, and the plane was quite full. So I just headed back to my seat and enjoyed my business class, which was really good. So yeah, found some Kit Kats and some biscuits and chips. Grabbed as many of those as I could. Sleeping quarters is really good. Turned into a bed in business class. That was nice. And we landed in the military base in Darwin. And some government officials came on board, gave us some paperwork. We had to wait about 45 minutes to get off the plane, maybe an hour.
May result in enforcement action, ranging from substantial fines.
So we landed, grabbed my luggage, then we were sent onto the tarmac. Walked into another facility where we had to line up and give our immigration arrival card.
Thank you.
Had to put it in that box there, and then we had to get our passport checked, lined up for that, got that checked, and into another queue. After we had our passports checked, we had to line up in another queue
Thank you.
where we got some yellow envelopes.
Yeah.
The yellow envelopes contained a key and some other paperwork for your accommodation, and then we had to line up again. And had some more inspections done with our paperwork. They had to scan something to get us into the system, and then hopped into another line where we get a COVID test to see if we're positive or negative. And the next day we got that test, it all came back negative. Then we went to another room where we waited for our luggage, grabbed the luggage, and then jumped on the bus, which then took us to our accommodation. The bus drove us to the RAF base, and a lady came onto the bus and started talking about some of the rules and regulations and stuff that we had to abide by, and explained that our dinner would come at 6, which it didn't. It came at 9. Got off the bus and went to our rooms.
Wear your mask on your veranda. So when you leave your room, the mask goes on. You cannot leave your veranda unless you are going to the laundry or to get your cigarettes. That's the only reason you can move around the facility. We do this because we do have positives on site. We've had positives on every flight. And the more you mix with people, the bigger the risk is that you will have to stay longer. So we try to minimise it so we get to send you home in 14 days. That's our aim. Get you out of here safely, get you home. Alright? My medical team are available for emergency management, medical support. We also have GPs as well. Okay? You can do that via telephone. Alright. Who would like a SIM card? Come back and scan it, okay? We'll come and scan.
We get a card number or allocation for a room? Yeah. See something?
Hang on. 2, 1, easy. Just here and then left.
Cool.
9D. Wow, this is tiny. Okay. So where's it for my laptop? Bathroom. Okay, 2 weeks in this little thing. Wow. And it's hot outside. Okay. Yeah, so that was the trip. It was a comfortable trip, 16.5 hours. So I got here, you can see the room, and you know, it's a small room, but it's okay. Go outside and all you see is accommodation everywhere. And I went for a walk, just 200 meters, and I was stopped by 2 people in a golf cart. And they said, well, you know, I asked, what are you doing? And I said, I was going for a walk, get some exercise. And their response was that, you know, you can't leave your room. So they said, you can go onto your balcony, but you can't leave the balcony. So it's that's the only hard part is not being able to go for a walk and get some exercise. So apart from that, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. The food that we get was meant to come at 6, but it came at 9. You get food once a day, and the food is just enough. I mean, you don't starve. You know, I want to eat more. You know, but it's, well, to be truthful, it's not really enough. It's not really enough. So they ask you to go onto Coles delivery, and you can make orders on there and have it delivered to you. And you can't use Uber Eats. You're not allowed to use Uber Eats. So it's only Coles and Big W, or no, Woolworths. So Coles and Woolworths. I think they call it click and collect. Or the other thing I should mention too is that on this click and collect, you can't order beer. So they've jigged it. So when you look up beer, it says unavailable. All alcohol is unavailable. So it's 35 degrees. It's hard not to want to have a beer. When you do follow the instructions they've given you, it's $80 minimum for delivery. But if you don't follow the instructions, which I'll explain, then it's $50. So I tried following the instructions. These are the instructions. This is a booklet that they give you, and tells you how to go online to Coles and get your groceries, but it doesn't work because the instructions don't do it. Doesn't work. Just go click and collect, and you'll get your food. If you use the instructions, it doesn't work. I tried it. It took me all day to find that out. So to save your time, don't follow the instructions. Alright, so we've got no microwave here at the isolation facility, so I've had to reheat my food. See if the steam's coming. Yep, steam's coming through. This actually worked. It's now, nice and moist and hot. So that's it. I'm here for 2 weeks, and I'll see you back in Melbourne.